We are beautiful people. The sun is rising, the land is peaceful. It's so amazing that I can see. I want you to know,
In Akwa Ibom State, progress and development is not just a promise, it is happening now. Under Governor Moine's administration, the state is undergoing a bold transformation. The government is securing the 76 oil wells, modernizing infrastructure, and preparing the Victor Atta International Airport for international flight, while also rolling out roads, schools, hospitals, and empowerment programs across every ward. On today's edition of Akwa Ibom Rising, we take you through this landmark project and show you how these initiatives are changing lives and putting Akwa Ibom people on the global map. My name is Greatest Usen. Stay tuned as we uncover leadership, transparency, and development that touches every Akwa Ibomite. Meanwhile, Akwa Ibom Rising is proudly brought to you from the office of the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Mr. Ekerete Udo. Stay with us.
Akwa Ibom Rising. With huge ongoing investments in life, touching and people-oriented programs, the Akwa Ibom State Government under Pastor Omoeno has clearly made a bold statement that nothing can compromise its stand on putting the well-being of the people first in his development program. Be it in infrastructural development, where over 1,200 kilometers of roads are either completed or under construction, to the new model schools and hospitals, the numerous compassionate initiatives, the agricultural investments, to the human capacity and empowerment programs, as well as the new tourism and hospitality reinvention, Governor Eno stands tall as a performer whose imprint roar across the 368 political wards of the state. For Governor Eno, it is not just about uniting his state in one political family, but by equally breeding peace through an equitable distribution of resources across the 3 senatorial districts of the state. Perhaps his humility and peaceable disposition has led to the recent furor that resources rightfully belonging to the state are to be ceded to the neighboring Cross River State. What began as an unimaginable rumor is gradually gaining traction on some sections of the media. A particular report suggested that 76 oil wells belonging to Akwa Ibom State might be ceded to Cross River State through the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission. The speculation spread quickly, creating anxiety among citizens. On February 15, 2026, upon arrival from official engagements at the Victor Atta International Airport, Governor Omoeno clearly set the record straight, stating that there are 2 Supreme Court judgments that give Akwa Ibom State the right to those oil wells.
Supreme Court have decided. So why is it that the Supreme Court judgment that delivered Itu, part of villages of Itu to Cross River, is not contested, is held by the Cross Riverians? But the same judgment that delivered 76 oil wells to us are being contested.
It is not the first time the Akwa Ibom State Government had reaffirmed that the matter of the 76 oil wells was not a question of politics or interstate rivalry, but of constitutional finality. He further emphasized the state's position by clarifying Akwa Ibom State is not sharing maritime boundaries with Cross River State, but with the Republic of Cameroon. And the Nigerian Supreme Court has said so twice to establish this fact.
We have the boundaries of the maritime boundaries around all of these places, certified by the Boundary Commission, the Surveyor General's Office. The facts has nothing to do with sentiment.
Governor Eno also drew a clear distinction between emotion and evidence and urged citizens not to be swayed by propaganda or sensational stories.
I want to tell Akwa Ibomites, this country still believes in the rule of law, so Akwa Ibom should keep calm. I keep telling people, meekness is not weakness.
The governor also reaffirmed his confidence in federal government under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in respect to the rule of law.
I believe in President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. I believe that the rule of law will be respected. I believe that we cannot throw away Supreme Court decision twice, giving us that oil well.
Also speaking at the second anniversary of the Golden Initiative for All, GIFA, Governor Umoeno insisted that no inch of resources belonging to Akwa Ibom State would be ceded to another state.
Let me say this loud and clear. There is no cause for alarm concerning our God-given resources. The matter has been handled by the presidency, and I trust the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We have 2 Supreme Court judgments, and there is no reason whatsoever, nothing has changed that will enable us begin to look at Supreme Court issues again. No committee can overturn a Supreme Court judgment. No government parastatal can overturn a Supreme Court judgment. Akwa Ibom does not have a maritime boundary with Cross River. We have a maritime boundary with Cameroon, and any attempt to shift that boundary will be tampering with the ICJ judgment, and we know that it becomes an international issue.
He wondered why an issue that has been rested by the Supreme Court over 2 decades ago has now been exhumed as a campaign tool.
I understand that people will campaign using this as political tool. We forgive them. Let them continue to hide and deceive their people in ignorance. But we know the truth. We will not cede 1 inch, 1 well of oil well belonging to Akwa Ibom State. We may not be big on propaganda. We may not be big on addressing press conferences. We may not be big of gathering the people to tell them lies. But we know one thing, that we are firm on the ground and we are in this government together. We are in the ruling party. We will go where they go. We will meet who they meet. We will talk where they talk. We will sit where they sit. And we will defend what belongs to us. Our society is one that is guided and shaped by the rule of law. The Supreme Court has given its ruling twice on the oil wells issue, and those rulings are sacrosanct. Those oil wells belong to Akwa Ibom State, and we are blessed to have a leader who equally believes in the rule of law, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR.
Also on February 16, Akwa Ibom State's Commissioner for Justice, Ukodum, SAN, addressed the media to provide procedural clarification. Flanked by other senior lawyers from the state, the State's Surveyor General and the State's Commissioner for Information, as well as the Chief Press Secretary, he explained that no approval recommendation has been made to the Revenue Mobilization and Fiscal Allocation Committee for the reallocation of oil wells belonging to Akwa Ibom State.
No interagency committee, No technical panel and no institutional process can alter, amend, reinterpret, or sit on appeal over a judgment of the Supreme Court. All the oil wells in question, whether existing or newly referenced, lie within Akwa Ibom State's recognized maritime and littoral boundaries based on established hydrographic coordinates and legally enforceable boundary adjudications.
He reaffirmed that no interagency committee or technical panel could override a subsisting Supreme Court judgment, thereby reinforcing what had already been made clear by the governor. The legal foundation regarding Akwa Ibom State's entitlement remained intact and undisturbed.
To the good people of Akwa Ibom State, we say this with utmost clarity and confidence. Your government is vigilant, engaged, and fully committed to protecting the economic interests of our state. We are following every institutional process closely, participating where required, and asserting our rights lawfully and firmly.
But when an international boundary line comes, it hits at a certain point and it hems you in. You can be looking at it, but you don't have access. If you attempt to cross, you're entering control. So for those who think that you're looking at water, therefore you have access to the, there is what is called international maritime boundary. And once it hits that line, there are two different countries. It becomes Nigeria and the Cameroon.
The basis for that Supreme Court judgment was the judgment of the International Court of Justice, which determined the maritime boundary between Nigeria and Cameroon. So if anybody has a quarrel with that decision, then you need to go back to the International Court of Justice, because that's where it started from. It's on the basis of that judgment that the Supreme Court of Nigeria now said the international boundary, maritime boundary between these two countries having been established by the International Court of Justice, that hems in Cross River. So the Supreme Court did not manufacture it. It did not manufacture that decision. It based it on the judgment of the International Court of Justice. And that needs to be emphasized.
From this position, there is no existing judgment review at the Apex Court, and certainly no other government agency has the power to upturn a judgment in rem made by the country's highest court. Akwa Ibom retains ownership of its God-given natural resources.
Akwa Ibom, rising.
Meanwhile, in the aviation sector of the state, the Akwa Ibom State Government remains firmly on course towards the official commencement of international flights via its new smart terminal on April 2026. This is one project poised to redefine aviation in the country. Recall that in 2025, the federal government, through the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace, Festus Keyamo, SAN, approved an international status for the Victor Atta International Airport, confirming that the facility meets global aviation standards and is capable of competing with other international airports in the world. The approval marked a major milestone in the state's aviation development journey.
Haven't heard from all the agencies involved in an international airports ecosystem. They're all here with us, and we've held a closed-door meeting, from the customs to the quarantine to Nigerian Immigration Service to NDLA to the police to the DSS and all the aviation agencies to NAMA, NCA and all that. From all we have heard from our meeting, Akwa Ibom State is ahead of plan already. They are not behind, they are ahead. We thought the gaps to be closed would be much, but they are virtually routine small gaps remaining. Akwa Ibom State has gone ahead of schedule to be a full-blown international airport.
Following this development, Governor Umoeno inaugurated an implementation committee headed by the Secretary to the State Government, Prince Enobonwa, to oversee the airport's transition to full international operations and ensure compliance with regulatory benchmarks.
The powers conferred on us as Governor of Akwa Ibom State to inaugurate both committees, that they will carry out their work and bring results, both in the TSA and the realization of our international status of the airport. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Despite inaugurating the committee to implement the international flights operations, Governor Eno has continued to prove that he is not a leader who sits in the office to receive reports and memos. He continues to undertake unscheduled visits to the airport facilities to ascertain things for himself. In a significant logistical milestone, 2 extra long passenger boarding bridges arrived at the airport recently after departing from Onne Port in Rivers State. State officials, including Commissioner for Finance and Special Duties, Bob, and Chairman of VKS Construction Limited, Engineer Oliver Ebong, were on ground to receive the equipment. The Commissioner emphasized that the project is fully funded by the state government, describing it as a testament to the administration's infrastructure drive and fiscal discipline.
I can tell you that Akwa Ibom State took up this project, as a state. It's just like when we started the airline. Nobody believed that a state, a subnational, can start an airline. We started an airline. And now other subnationals are emulating what Akwa Ibom State has done. So for us to have gone up to this level, it is 100% state-funded project. Most of the things that you see right now being procured, like today's zone, is handled by His Excellency the Governor. So this is fully sponsored from what we receive from the federal allocation and the internally generated revenue of Akwa Ibom State.
Engineer Ebong, Chairman of VKS Construction, the company handling the construction of the modern smart terminal, was overjoyed with the successful arrival of the passenger boarding bridges, major milestone in the realization of the April target of international flights operations at the airport.
For your information, it's not international terminal building, it's for both domestic and international operations. The first of its kind in Nigeria. Most of the time you have international airport separate, domestic airport separate. This is the first time a concept of both international and domestic being done at the same time with all the smartness that is required in order to be able to run those two operations seamlessly under one roof. We have promised His Excellency that, and even the Federal Minister for Aviation, that should be a target that must be met. And we are doing everything humanly possible to meet that target. This is where passengers start. As the passenger is arriving to fly, this is the very first place. If they come in through the entrance gate there, where you have the screening machines. So from here, behind it, you have the belt. that when you check in the luggage, it goes on the belt and then rolls and go in through that window. As it goes in through that window, it's going to the baggage handling mechanical automated belt. You are at the departure zone. And you have the domestic on one side and the international on the other side. Before you reach where the passengers are supposed to be sitting, you will pass through the agencies that regulate flights. Immigration people will be there, NDLEA will be there. Whatever the security agencies are supposed to have, they will be all lined up here. Then you also have screening machines here also, because I'm sure that the carry-on luggages will be screened here. Whereas the one you are going to check in are all done downstairs. So all that has been done.
The terminal will feature modern passenger processing systems, expanded check-in counters, advanced security screening technology, and upgraded baggage handling facilities designed to meet international standards. It is expected to improve passenger experience, reduce congestion, attract foreign airlines, boost tourism and trade, and position Uyo as a regional aviation hub. This accounts for the establishment of the aviation village, as well as the model hospital within the precinct of the airport, both of which the governor inspected recently.
It's fine like that. Then this one, maybe you want to put gate so that
to make the village separate.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem. Thank you.
With intensified work on access roads, security architecture, and support services, state officials have assured that all critical systems will be fully operational ahead of the April commissioning. The message is clear. Victor Attah International Airport is set to emerge as a key international gateway, reinforcing Akwa Ibom's ambition for global connectivity and economic growth.
Akwa Ibom, rising.
See what this place used to be and see what it is now, and show what we're trying to do. This will become a tourist center when we finish, and so we reclaim the place, we put on and then channel the water properly. It becomes a lake, and then we can have some very good tourist sites here. So that's what we're doing, and like I said, I'm excited. You can see the way we're going through.
Where we are standing now is the clubhouse. At our back is the golf course, 9-hole golf course. We also have the training pitch, and we have the solar farm as well behind us, 1,500 kilowatt, that's 1.5 mega, which will power the whole of the premises. So where we are presently at the clubhouse, which is 95% completed, we are trying to do finishing touches, painting right now. You can see the car park where we are. It has been asphalted. On the opposite side, we have the caddies house, where all these caddies, instead of roaming about, they have a place. When golfers come in, you call them, they will come out. For this golf course, it's 9-hole golf course part 3. It has already been in use for now. The clubhouse is going to be one of the best even in Nigeria as a whole today. The thing that we are putting inside the clubhouse, by the time golfers come in, it will be a relaxation place for them. It's going to be different from the normal golf club houses that we have across the country. The golf course is in use. People are using it already.
Akwa Ibom, rising.
From securing the 76 oil wells to preparing the Victor Ata International Airport for international operations and transforming roads, schools, hospitals and empowerment programs, it is clear that progress in Akwa Ibom State under Governor Umar Eno is real and tangible. That's all on this week's edition of Akwa Ibom Rising. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to tune in again next week, same time, for more updates on all happening across Akwa Ibom State. I am Greatest Use.